Okay, so now we've done a sales budget and a production budget. Sales budget to estimate how much we're going to actually sell. Production budget to take into account the fact that we have inventory beforehand before we start production, and also we want to end with a certain amount of inventory. So now, based on this, based on how much I'm going to produce, I'm going to figure out how much I need in direct materials. So I've got the same company, Patrick Incorporated, makes solvents sold in 5-gallon drum containers. Planned production in units for the first 3 months of the coming year is as follows. So there's our production for January, February, and March. Each drum requires, I'm going to put these out here so I can reference them, requires 5.5 gallons of chemicals and 1 plastic drum container. So those are our 2 materials. We've got chemicals and a drum container that every single unit that I make requires 5.5 gallons of chemicals and 1 plastic drum. Company policy requires that ending inventory of raw materials for each month be 15% of next month's production needs. So there's kind of like what we did in production budget, where we need a percentage of leftover because we don't ever want to run out. So we're going to figure out what the next month needs, and we'll be able to multiply that by 15%. That policy was met for the inventory ending in December of the prior year. So that means that our beginning inventory, that actually tells us right there, our beginning inventory must be 15% of December's, because the ending inventory for December met that 15% mark. So we'll get to that in here in just a second. The cost of 1 gallon of chemicals is $2. The cost of 1 drum is $1.60. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out, I'm going to do the actual dollars and cents at the end. I'm going to figure out the amount. So it says calculate the chemicals in gallons for December of the prior year and January of February. What is the beginning inventory of what is the beginning inventory of chemicals for January? Let's do January and February. Okay, so just like the last one, we need to start with our production in units. So my production, I can go back to my production budget and see that my production needs to be 43.8. They did give it to us in this problem, but this is a continuing problem. We found that number in the prior production budget. January's production is 43,800. February's production is 41,000. And now I'm going to need to do this twice. I think to make this visually easier to see, I'm going to come out here because I need to do this. I need to do this for both. I need to do this for both the chemicals as well as the plastic drum. So I'm basically going to make the same thing here, at least the top of it, so that I have one for the drum as well. Okay, so I've got, this is going to be my chemicals, and this is going to be my drums. So chemicals correctly. Okay, so production units, and that's the same across the board. Next thing I need to do is actually figure out how many gallons I need for the chemicals and how many drums I need for the drums. So gallons per unit, I need 5.5 gallons for each unit. So I can simply multiply those. So I can say gallons for production. So to produce the 43.8 that I had, I need 240,900 gallons. And for February, for the 41,000, I need 225,500. Drums per unit, a little more straightforward. It's only 1. So it's easy enough. I just need to multiply these each by 1. Drums needed for production. Okay, now I'm going to add in, kind of like I did over here, expected sales. This is expected production or expected direct materials, but I still need to add my desired ending inventory and take out my units in beginning inventory. Because again, I don't want to have way too much on hand, but I also don't want to run out. So this takes into account what I already had and takes out what I didn't have. So desired ending inventory, their rule is 15% of next month's production needs. So 15% of next month's production needs would be, my desired ending inventory is going to be 15% of the next month's production needs. So I'm going to take 0.15 times 225, 500. And then I'm going to take this is my desired ending inventory. We're going to go down to January for now. Same thing over here. Desired ending inventory equals times 0.15. 6150. All right. I need to subtract my beginning inventory. So my beginning inventory for January, it says that I met my goal for the prior month. So my beginning inventory would be my ending inventory for December, which should be 15% of this number. Because if I had a December column over here, I would have taken for the desired ending, I'd have taken 15% of 24900. That would be the beginning inventory for January. So ending inventory for December, beginning inventory for January. So I can just take the 240 times, escape equals that times 0.15 is 36. Actually, I'm gonna do a sum here of how much we need. Forgot a line, my bad. 240 plus my desired ending inventory less my beginning inventory gives me my purchases. So how much I actually need to buy. So similarly here, desire or needed, I'm going to add these two together. And then beginning inventory, I'm going to take 15% of the current months because that is the ending inventory for December, which is the beginning inventory for January. So then my purchases is going to be plus that. Now the final step in this, and we'll do February here in just a second, but the final step in this is that I need to figure out how much it's actually going to cost me. So price per gallon here is $2. Here it is the price per drum. It's $1.60. That's given in the problem. So my total cost okay, so I multiply the 238 by 2 to get this number. So February desired ending inventory is going to be the production needs for the next month. But remember, I need 5.5 gallons for each one of those. So I need to take, this is a few more steps than the last one. I need to take the 5250 times 5.5 and take that times 0.15. Get 41,456.25. So my needed, I'll just add those two together again. And less beginning inventory. Beginning inventory is going to be the ending inventory of the prior month. And 233 is my purchases, and let's calculate all the way down. Same thing here. Desired ending inventory is going to be, except for this one's only times 1, so I can just take this number times 0.15. The last one I had to do the 5.5 because this was 5.5. Technically speaking, you would do it the exact same way. You would take this one times 1, but there's no real need to do that. So I'm going to add these down. Beginning inventory is my desired ending inventory from the prior. And so my purchases are going to be, oops, not times, plus. So there's my purchases. So that is my direct materials purchases budget for these two companies. So that's my purchases budget for each one. I'll stop the video there.